Wouldn't it be nice if we have an application where you can paste a website link or an article, a technical paper, and get a summary of the article with a flow diagram listing the processes involved and a video explaining the content in that article, and also a chatbot where you can ask questions over the content in that particular article? That's exactly what we are going to build right now. And we are also going to learn how to deploy it using Vercel, which is a straightaway command by connecting it to GitHub. So let's dive right into it. This is the application we are going to build. In this application, you can put any link. Let's take an example. Let's take a technical paper, such as a survey of large language models. So we want to get a summary of what is in this particular article, a flow diagram representing the process followed in this article, a video explaining the article, and also a chatbot. So let's paste the link here and let the application do its job. So Research Lens extracts the content from the article, writes all of these that we just discussed, the summary of the article, the flow diagram, creates a video as well, and then eventually it allows us to ask questions over the content in the article. Now it is configured with 3 LLMs. One is Ollama, which is an open source model. We also have OpenAI configuration as well as Anthropic configuration too, if we want better results compared to Ollama. So we'll stick to Ollama for now, and then we'll go ahead and generate the article. We'll then generate the same using an OpenAI model and see how it differs. Okay, so this is the article summary provided by Ollama model, Llama 3. Now it covers the introduction of the paper, the survey of large language models, the background, the context, core concepts, key findings, implications, critical analysis, and references to. So it did an okayish job. Now let's compare this with OpenAI GPT-4o Mini's output. So this is GPT-4o Mini's output. It has much more context in each of the section. That's one thing that I'm seeing right away. Background context, core concepts, beautifully covered, key findings, implications, and applications, critical analysis, and conclusions. Okay, so the article summary looks good across both. Now let's look at the diagram. The diagram is basically a mermaid chart provided by the GPT model. It covers statistical language models going into neural language models, pre-trained, then LLMs, emerging capabilities, and about scaling. That's covered in the paper. It has also created a video. Now let's see the video created by OpenAI and also by Ollama. So let's play this. This is basically a list of slides.
Welcome to our discussion on large language models. As we explore the current state of the art in this area, you'll learn about their evolution, key findings, and future directions to understand
I'll fast forward.
and what drives their development. Now that we have some back and optimization techniques, we'll explore specific results and world uses and future limitations and caveats and challenge.
So Ollama's video creation provided some content in the audio and also some content in the slides, but let's compare it with OpenAI. I believe the OpenAI one would be more elaborate.
Welcome to our presentation on large language models, or
the timestamp itself
in this
reveals it. It's more
overview,
elaborate
we will
for
delve
sure.
into how these models have making the challenge of in stages, starting from smaller counterparts, research. Additionally, these models can tackle complex tasks, automate office tasks.
It covers much more details
As
and
we
greater
advance,
depth.
it's imperative to acknowledge and
you can listen to the video by taking the code base from GitHub repo. I'll link it in the description. You can clone it and then host it locally and then view everything that's currently presented. Let's explore the Q&A option as well. Let's go back to the paper. Let's ask a question like this. So Ludwig has made a statement here. The limits of my language mean the limits of my world. So let's ask that question. What is Ludwig's statement in the paper? I'll just copy this so that I can ask the same question in OpenAI as well. Okay, it gave the output along with the reference. This is good. So let's go here and do the same thing with OpenAI model. Okay, it did the same thing. So let's ask for something else. Let's ask explain the paper to me as if I were a 5-year-old. Let's do the same thing. Using the other one, OpenAI. Okay, this actually went back to OpenAI. That's why we are seeing similar results in the Q&A, because once we change the configuration here, it affected all the instances. So the video created that we just compared was between Ollama and OpenAI, but the answers that we are seeing, it's basically generated by GPT-4o Mini. So once we ask a question, explain the paper to me as if I were a 5-year-old, it's providing this particular answer. What LLMs are: imagine a super smart robot that can read and write like a human. So it's using basic language and providing all the details. Okay, this actually provides a in-depth summary of the article, for any article, a diagram, a video explanation of the article too, and we can also ask questions over the article. That's great. So whenever we have any website link that we want to ask questions on or get a summary on, we can directly go to this Research Lens application and then get a gist of the article right away, and then go in depth into the article if we want to. So now we'll go back into the code, how it's built, and then learn how to deploy it using Vercel too. So let's go directly into the code. So this is the code base. We have the backend and the front end here. The front end is essentially React based components, and in the backend we can see the pipeline folder, which has everything in it: the article generation code base, the content extraction from the website link that is provided as an input, whether it be a technical paper or anything else, and a context manager indicating the context length corresponding to different models of Anthropic, OpenAI, or even Ollama. Now, if the input content exceeds the context limit of the model, the mechanism employed in this py file is that it uses a MapReduce to get chunks of the article, create a summary of that particular chunk, and then repeat that particular process till the entire article is complete. So even if the context length of the model is exceeded by the input content length, it's not an issue as per our code. And this is a code base to create the mermaid chart as well. By providing a system prompt, the model creates the mermaid chart. We have the LLM client in order to call different models, and the orchestrator tying everything up, and finally the Q&A engine and the video generation as well. Now we'll right now deploy the backend and the front-end components into Vercel. So in order to do that, we can go directly into Vercel. So here you can see that it's running on local. Now I want to put it on a Vercel so that I can share it with my teams. In order to do that, we'll go into Vercel. You can directly Google, but basically this link takes you to Vercel. And I've already deployed the entire code base, the backend and the front end, in GitHub repository, which is in the description down below. So it has the README explaining the complete process, as well as the backend and the front end files that we just saw. So we'll import the code base from GitHub. Okay. Let's try to connect all repositories. Let's verify the mail. Okay, once the GitHub is connected, all the repositories would be available, and then we can import anything into Vercel. So I'll select the one that we are on, and then directly import it. Okay. root directory, environment variables, this is fine. Okay, so we need to create a Vercel.json. So let me put this particular Vercel.json and then add it into GitHub repository. So I'll copy this directly here. I'll go to my VS Code. We can create a Vercel.json directly here. So let me just do that directly here. I'll put the code base, save it. So this is done. Vercel.json should be down below. Now we need to add it back into GitHub, right? Okay, let's do a git push. Okay, great. Now if we go back to GitHub right now, let's refresh this. It should come. Okay, yeah. So the Vercel.json is right now updated because we just pushed it. So if we refresh, yeah, this is a Vercel.json right here. So let's go back. We have everything right now, and now we will deploy it. Okay, it's deployed. So we have now the URL too. So let's visit the deployment. Yeah, so this is the application that we deployed compared to the local one that we had. So in this one, we learned how to develop this particular application. The code base is there. You can go through it and then clone it and then host it, go through the different pipelines and deploy your application. Create spins out of it, add perhaps a YouTube video generator or even a summarizer for videos as well, not just articles. And you can add more agents into the pipeline as well, and scale it to a more complex pipeline for additional analysis. So we can even do that in upcoming videos.